Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go over the daily technical analysis update for oil and natural gas. If you guys like these updates, definitely give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'm going to let the charts do the talking here. And I'll give you what my opinion is on the charts. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. But here's the data and what I see. Big pattern. We broke this pattern to the upside. We are right on top of it. In my opinion, this is the lowest risk, best reward area to be buying because we've broken the pattern. It's doing a back test and it's ready to launch higher. We can see this thing come back. Here's a really good spot to buy. We came up. It gave you another good time to buy down here. This was a buying opportunity for the moronic virus, or variant, I should say, the moronic variant that came in and put fear into the market. We are launching higher because the structural demand for oil is in a deficit and we're eating through inventories worldwide. Here's my cool little drawing that I drew a while ago. And it basically followed the drawing, and it was by pure luck that it followed this drawing. And I just said it's probably going to go sideways to work off this downward momentum. It bounced, worked off that momentum, the sellers, and now the buyers are stepping in to push it higher. That's just most of the time how markets work. They go down, sideways, and then usually they pop higher. Natural gas did the same thing. Looking kind of at this natural gas price, we are at a massive breakout. This is a big deal. This was an upward motion in natural gas. We've been in a decline, and we're breaking the upper resistance line. We're coming back and doing a back test. This is your back test. We're coming up. Here's the yearly. We're coming down. We found our support, and we're coming back up. Downward momentum, working off that downward momentum, and we're going to come on up here. Today, we were up 9% in natural gas. We have some cold weather coming. It's probably going to get a little bit higher here. Getting a little bit nipply means that natural gas prices go on up. Looking at SM Energy. Good old bullish engulfing on the daily candlestick and a strong closing at that. We're right at that resistance line. We can get some good momentum here. We can break out, and all of our wildest dreams come true in the reverse shoulder, head, shoulder pattern that we could break. This was a pattern that was lining up to break in 2018-19. C19 came and blew this thing to the downside. This was the buy of a lifetime. This pattern's still going to work its way to the upside because it is a structural pattern. Technicals are fundamentals. Fundamentals are technicals. This is created by human beings, and this was ready to break to the upside. We are at the beginning of that break. You still have a whole bunch of valuation ahead of us and a very long bull market ahead of us for this to go far higher. CDEV's in the same situation. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and we're starting to come on up a little bit. Daily candlestick, big ol' bullish engulfing candlestick to move on higher. I like it here, guys. I own a bunch of it. I'm holding on. CWEGF, Crew Energy. I'm going to be running with Crew for a while here. I'm holding on. This thing's got a large downtrend break. It came down to do a retest, and we're probably going to move on up at any point. Looking good. CPE up 8.64%. Reverse head and shoulders. We're still scribing out that shoulder from the variant scarce in here. Big buying pressure today. It looks fantastic. Athabasca Oil. This thing's moving on up. Good volume yesterday. And we're breaking this pattern here is where we're getting stuck. We've already broken this downtrend line. We're coming through this downtrend line, and we're going to be going to the motherland up here when we break. So this is still in a very good spot. We break this line, I think we're going to be moving up. I mean, we could do a little bit of a retest. You might get one last retest out of this, and then a move higher. Here's Recaf, Reconnaissance Energy Africa. We have a bullish engulfing pattern right here. Maybe. It's close. We'll see. We'll see if it holds. We got a little bit of wicks at the top, a little bit of selling pressure up there. But hopefully this thing can get some momentum to the upside. This one's NOG, and everyone should get some NOG this Christmas. Northern Oil and Gas and the NOG. Now, what I look for in a lot of these charts, see this buying pressure in here, the big buying pressure here, the big buying pressure here, the big buying pressure here. Notice how the sell-offs are small. You see those small sell-offs? The volume over here. All this volume. See all that? What does that mean? It means that we are going to go to levels all the way up here maybe. And I'm not joking. It's not going to be overnight. Do not think it's overnight, and we're not going straight up. That will not happen. But what I am trying to tell you is that the buyers are in control here. We had a nice little descending wedge. We're going to be moving up probably. We had a nice good buying pressure today. It finished quite strong on the daily candlestick today. And I'm expecting this to continue higher. Crescent Point Energy, another one of my favorite companies. What we have here is a shoulder, head, shoulder. You see that inverted shoulder with the lead in? That is a bottoming pattern. It's a massive bottoming pattern. Projected move, I already have it up there. The projected move is $9.30, $9.20, or whatever it's at. We are at 5.30. We could have a large move higher, and I think it's going to happen here shortly. GTE is doing that same thing. It's just a distorted head and shoulder. Shoulder, head, shoulder. It's doing the same thing. This will break up. We have a nice, good bullish engulfing pattern on the weekly candlestick basis. The dailies are looking okay. Just let it go. Tellurian's finding some footing down here, down, sideways, and then maybe we're going to do a break up here. 5.63%. I'm just holding on. The fundamentals look absolutely great. The market conditions looks great for liquefied natural gas. So I think it looks fantastic. This is Pedevco. Pedevco down here is looking fantastic. Look for a move. That will be like that. Okay, maybe not that big, but it's probably going to move up. We're seeing the volume step in here. See all that volume? It's looking good, guys. This is one that you might want to sprinkle a little bit in if you do some research and like the company. Oasis, like I said, probably a false breakout from this variant scare, and we're probably just going to head higher here. That's what I'm seeing. I like how this thing kind of had a little bit of congestion there and then broke again. It's looking good. That's Oasis. Good, strong day today. Bullish engulfing pattern, I'll call it here. Downward, sideways, and then we're probably going to move up. Nice, good volume there. This is a big pattern break on the long term. Big old congestion area. 1, 2, 3, and then the break. Back test, and then we do the launch. So we're in the launch mode right now, so it looks fantastic to get into Comstock if you guys like it. Sandridge Energy's looking good. Bullish engulfing on the weekly candlestick. We're probably going to see this turn up and go higher. Natural gas is looking fantastic on the dailies. Big old bullish engulfing on the daily. I think we're going to move on up here. Downward, sideways, and then up. And that's pretty common to see that on a pullback like this. Tetra Technologies looking good. Downward, sideways, and we're moving on up. Getting a little bit of a bullish. It's not bullish. Not quite a bullish engulfing, but it's looking good. Finishing strong. Transocean's the same thing. Downward, sideways, and hopefully we can get some momentum to move on up. This is putting in a reverse head and shoulders pattern. And eventually it will break to the upside. And will make a lot of people a lot of money, I'm sure, over the long term if you guys can hold. HLX is looking, a little bit of a down day today. The energy service companies are lagging a little bit, but this is a massive pattern that's developing on this guy. And we could even come down a little bit more, maybe, but maybe not. Oil's been quite strong. Surge Energy at the bottom of its pattern here, trying to find some support, which it has. Here's Tamarack Valley right at the breakout. It wants to go. I saw it up a lot today. Looks like it ended up 5.2%. This thing's ready to break, guys. If you guys like Tamarack Energy, I would be looking at it right now. The volume is stepping in. it's being serious. Right here, right now, I'd probably be looking at it and determining what you want to do. And some bonus here. This is Yan Coal. This is a coal company. This thing looks fantastic, guys. Right here. Looks absolutely fantastic. The projected move of this is, let's find out. And does Finding Value own this? He will, don't worry. $17. Projected move. I'll probably be buying this here shortly. Down here at this bottom. Big buying, so the volume stepping in, big buying pressure, selling pressure is coming down. We're probably going to do a little bit of a, even if this goes up and down a little bit, I'll be cost averaging in here on the tip here. This is an excellent entry point here in this portion here. How it came down and came right to a flattening. Even in here, I'd be a buyer. All through here, I'd be a buyer all through this area here. And then it popped higher. I would come and look for a flattening of this. Oh, the flattening here over here. And it's starting to flatten out. So I think we're probably coming to a bottom here quite soon. So this one I like quite a bit. I do like it. And that's one of my favorite picks at the moment because I don't own any. Peabody Energy, big buying pressure. We had the downtrend. We broke that, coming back a little bit. Let's zoom in on here. Looks like we're still, I think we still have a little bit more to go of sideways movement before coming up. And what I'm seeing here is we're seeing kind of a, we had a squeeze up of this. We squeezed up. We did a little bit of a false breakout because this is an ascending wedge, and we're breaking down, going sideways at the moment. And this is a big move. We had a reverse inverted head and shoulders. I talked about it on the channel here. And I said that we could potentially go to $11 or more based off of, I think it was $11 if I can think of roughly. I think I drew it all the way probably to the bottom of this guy here. I only went to here, but it was like $10 or $11 was a projected move. It overshot a little bit. And now we're just kind of relaxing a little bit. I think we're going to do a couple of sideways motions for a little bit. And this one's Thungala. Let's go to the dailies here. Thungala's, it's chopping sideways at the moment. I don't really have a good reading here with these candlesticks, but that was another one that was in the comment section that I saw someone talking about. So overall, oil looks really strong. Natural gas looks strong. Good job. The companies are finishing strong at the end of the day. It could continue into the next day, which would be today. I'm taping this 12/27, the day before. I always tape oil the day before with all the other ones. But everything looks really strong. I think that coal company, YAL, can't remember the name of it actually. That one looks really good. It looks very enticing. I got to do some research into it. And I may deploy a little bit of money into it because the chart looks absolutely excellent. And that's where I buy. You get the break, you do the back test or the return move, and then I start getting a little bit of cost averaging in, and then I'm going to hold on. Because we do have an energy crisis. I think it will be sustained forward. I think we're still going to have it next year, and I think coal is going to be a good bet. I do think so. And with how low that was, I'll throw a little bit in, see what happens. It's so long that the company looks good in its presentation. If you guys like this analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.